the screen up. What the screen doing up? Get out of here. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, I like to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, I still want to say welcome. And I want to give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always hanging out with me and my homeboy Spidey back here. Spidey, that's him back there chilling by the window. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day. And what do I do on Al Gore's internet every single day? I talk about the price action, dealing with the S&P 500, because I trade the SPY, the ES futures, the SPX, anything dealing with the S&P, that's what I trade. Why do I get on Al Gore's internet and talk about the price action? Because I want to help someone like you get your aha moment when it comes to trade, invest in anything stock market. We talk about all kind of stuff. We talk about the stock market. We talk about the economic data. We talk about me being out in my front yard and digging up out that window right there that Spidey's by. We talk about me being out there digging up my front yard, fixing leaks in the pipes underground. We talk about people like Chief Motivation that pulls up on the live accidentally. Hey man. The experts at YouTube told me I'm not getting my subscribers because I'm not asking. So here's the ask. And I know I haven't given you any value yet, but I get to run my mouth and I be losing track. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Now let's get into it. What's going on here to learn and share? What's going on, Case? I'm your boogie man. That's what I am. What's going on, man? DMX. Let's get into the price section, man. What's up, Hines? What's going on? What's going? You can't let it go. I can't let it go before I let go. Let me say it one more time. Hey, man, if this is your first time joining us and you don't know who Spyleen is, it's our friend, the SPY. You know that ETF that tracks the performance of the S&P 500? We wrote a little song for it. Want to hear it? Here it goes. Sing it with me, y'all. Spyleen, Spyleen, where you at, baby? Here I go. Hey, how you doing? Man, look at that candle there. Spyleen said, forget your downside, punk. I'm about to rip. The ES already took out the weekly downside. I'm out of here, punk. Spyleen came down to equilibrium. Spyleen came down to If you are not new to the Spider Gang, what does little Timmy Rogers like to call equilibrium? Somebody put it in the chat. I'm counting down. It's a 15-second delay. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All I see is Ola. All I see is Ola. You pull on up, Chief. Pull on up, Chief. Question again, please. No. I said, what does little Timmy Rogers like to call equilibrium? The spot in the middle of the road. There you go, wave trader. 50%. Same thing, Valdez. Valdez, you trying to cut corners, Valdez. I said, what does little Timmy Rogers like to call it? In the middle of the road. Hey, for y'all who missed it today, I've been going to singing class, and I learned how to do vibrato. Y'all know what vibrato is? When the people's voice kind of tremble like this right here when they be singing, right? I learned how to do vibrato. Watch this right here. We are still in the middle. Spy came down to the middle of the road. Not today. Spy came down to the middle of the road and had a nice rejection off the middle of the road. And then we pushed back up and pushed back up into this gap down, took out the buy side that was resting above the the consolidation that we have been consolidating at for a while. Did it almost closed in this volume imbalance on the daily. We got a and for anybody who don't understand why I'm calling this a volume imbalance right here, right? If you go from this candle's closure on December 15th to this candle's open on December 16th, right? The space in between those candles, there's nothing in between there, right? This whole area right here has not been connected with candle bodies. And technically, if you want to get technical about it, right, the volume imbalance initially was from these two candles. But after we had been consolidating, the piece of the volume balance that is still left is to that candle's body right there, right? But I don't like adjusting my stuff once I put it on. You know what I'm saying? If we get into it and we don't like go to like the mean threshold or consequent encroachment, if you will, on the gaps, if we don't get to the middle of it, I just leave it where it was. So technically, this volume imbalance was actually still needed to be touched was from this candle's open to that candle's close, because when we went to that candle's body right there, we did get another body up to this area. So the area where the bodies don't overlap is actually from this candle to that candle now, since we started consolidating. And then today we got up into it, and now the only piece of it that's truly left now is this slither right here, because we still only got wicks in that area, right? We still don't have a body up to there. We almost came to the top of it and wicked. You know what I'm saying? We almost wicked all the way to the top of it, but we didn't. But we still don't have bodies in that piece of it there. So you can still pay attention to that volume imbalance right there on the spot, right? But I really like to track the PDAs on the why am I leaving it there? Get out of here. I really like to track the PDAs on the ES, since the ES has like 23-hour price action and the SPY only has from 9:30 Eastern Standard Time to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I still like to look at stuff on the SPY to see how the SPY is reacting to its PD arrays, because I swing trade the SPY and I want to have targets to shoot for when I get into positions. If I get into a long down here and I say, hey, I want to give it back to consequent encroachment on this fair value gap right here, then I need to know what price am I going to. Oh, I'm shooting for 387. I'll say, yeah, that's why I like to watch them on the SPY, but I really pay more attention to the ones on the ES. Speaking of the ES, let's go over there and talk about the price action. And while I'm talking about the price action, if you're not new here, and even if you are new here, put down how your week was in the chat. My week was pretty good. Ho-hum, didn't do a lot of trading. Had a bunch of news this week. I actually did 2 trades this week. One of them was, both of them was at night. One of them realized quickly I got caught on the wrong side of the trade. So when it got back to green, I got out of the trade pretty much at equilibrium. Might have been a couple ticks in profit, but equilibrium. I mean, break even. And then I had one that I got a 10-point trade, but I never got a chance to record it for the Black Spider members. I started recording, but my computer went to sleep. So I only had like 35 minutes of the trade. I said I was going to do a talk over, but I never did. Sorry. And I got a chance to be super disciplined. I felt like I was really disciplined this week. Really, you know what I'm saying? Stuck to my guns, didn't break my rules. Part of the reason why I didn't break my rules, because every time I was actually looking at the charts, I was looking at the charts with y'all, and I was like talking through the trade. And when I hear myself saying it out loud, it sounds like either, yeah, you're stupid or you're dumb. And when you're thinking about getting into something else, but when you don't say it out loud, start talking to yourself when you're in front of the charts. Because when you actually vocalize it, you hear how dumb it sounds, and then you won't take the trade. Hey, how about that? Let's look at the price action. While we're looking at the price action, we'll go ahead and look at the DR and IDR too. We looked at the New York and we looked at the Asian and the London earlier. Did we look at the London? Anyway, hourly candles for the ES at 8 o'clock. This was the non-fake at 8:30. We had the non-farm payroll, and we had the non-farm payroll at 8:30. So the jobs were strong. The pay was slightly weaker. The strong jobs is a good thing for the economy. Not such a good thing for well, I ain't gonna say what the Fed want. Not such a good thing as far as people fears, because if the job market is still robust and strong, if you will, then there's fear that the Fed will continue to raise rates at a more intense pace, if you will, and then the pay being slightly lower. That's going in line with what the Fed want, because the Fed want the economy to contract, and the Fed don't want us to spend as much money. So if we make less money, we'll spend less money. So that's why with the light pay numbers, the market liked that, and the market went up. They don't like the expansion so much, and that's why when the PMI numbers came out and it's showing that we contracting, then the market loved that, and it took off again, because the Feds want the economy to slow down, right? So the economy is slowing down. The job market is still strong. So the Fed is winning. They're getting what they want. The economy is slowing down, and the job market is still strong. So people are like, man, Rome ain't going to stop raising these rates. That's why it's a little bit of fear there. I ain't gonna say fear, but a little bit of hesitation for people to just jump all in, because they need to see what Rome gonna do. Like, oh my goodness, what is he gonna do next? Anyway, we got a blast off, around so the good news and the bad news, or the bad news and the good news, right? Good news as far as what the algos want. Bad news as far as what the algos don't want. Good news, less money being made. Bad news, the job market's strong, right? So we got good news, bad news stuff hashing out with each other right there. Then PMI is contracting. We contract the company saying, hey, we contracting. Good news. Bad news for the economy, because it's contracting a little bit. It ain't terrible, so it's not really bad news. It's a little light, right? So algos love that. Take off, right? Up. So good news, bad news, good news, out of there. Then we consolidate through lunch for a little bit, right? We take off, consolidate a little bit through lunch, and then at the end of the day, take off again. Then we relax off. People start taking them a little bit of profits, and everybody's happy because we're positive on the year. Woo! We have not been positive on the year since January the 4th, 2022. Was it January the 4th? When was the high? January the 4th, I think it was. Let's go back to days. Let's go back. Let's go way back in time. Wait a minute. The 3rd might have been the last time we were positive. The 3rd might have been the last. Nope, January 4th. So we opened. Yes, January the 4th was the last time we were positive on the year. and today is January 6th. So we have not been positive on the year for over a year. Yay! We're positive on the year. Let's keep this up, because last year on January 3rd, the first trading day of 2022, the market opened up at 48.12.25, right? 48.12.25 is where we opened up, right? And then on the 4th, we closed at 48.25 even. And then after that, we went down, baby. Your street in a Range Rover. Boom, boom. You better let it go. Here we go. Now we're positive on the year. How positive on the year are we? Let's go to yearly candles. See that itty bitty green candle right there? Right there. We are 1.18% up on the year. 1.8 from the yearly close, from our yearly close to where we are now, we are up 1.18%. Yay, we're up on the year. That's good news. It's reason to celebrate, because we have been in a bloody horror for the last 12 months. For people who do not understand what's going on, it's called a bear market. Get it out of your mind. Oh, I was just about to say this right here. Shout out to homie Chief who pulled up accidentally. I was just for to talk about leaps, right? I was just for to talk about leaps, right? Let me say this. I have no issue with leaps, right? Let me come on full screen with this, right? I have no issue with leaps, but leaps are a tool. Back it up. Calls. If you're buying call, people tend, like nobody that I know of, and I don't personally buy put leaps. And the reason why Lil Timmy Rogers don't personally buy put leaps, because the stock market on historically goes up more than it goes down, right? It goes up. It's predisposed to go up, right? It's a game of making money. It's predisposed to go up. It's rigged to go up. So I don't buy put leaps, right? When you hear people talk about leaps, they tend to be talking about buying calls, right? Be careful with buying leaps in a bear market. The reason why I say be careful with buying leaps in a bear market is because theta is your enemy. When you buy any options, contract, puts or calls, theta is your enemy, right? Well, Tim, what's theta? Glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. Theta is this little trifling little what they call them, Greek. This little trifling little Greek that eats away at your money, at your premium, as time goes by. If the market does nothing, theta is still going to eat away at your premium. If the market does something, theta is still going to eat away at your premium, because when your position comes to expiration date, the time value or theta has to equal $0. So as your position stays open, theta is eating away at your pockets. It's either eating away at your profits or increasing your losses. So if you're in a negative situation on your leap, every day that go by, theta is making your loss grow. And the closer you get to your expiration, the faster theta eats away at your profits, or the faster she increases your losses. So what I'm saying is, in a bear market, right? The rallies are going to be short little pops, and the drawdowns are going to be severe and last a long time. So fast drop, like the price of options move off volatility, right? So in a bear market, the drawdowns are going to move faster than the rallies. So when they draw down fast, it's going to suck the life out of your premium, and then it's going to rally really slow, and it's going to have your life support on an IV. So it's like slashing your artery when you get a drawdown, and then they give you a little IV to try to replace back, you know what I'm saying, all the vitamins in the nutrients that you need from just getting your artery slashed, right? So be careful with buying leaps in the bear market, right? So I personally ain't gonna buy no leaps until we get, you know what I'm saying, probably about a good 6 months into a new bull rally, so I can see what the market really doing. I mean, to a new bull market. About 6 months into a new bull market, then I start evaluating, do I want to get back into anything that's out longer than 3 months? That's just my spiel on it. Is a fair value gap on the yearly? What? Is it a fair value gap on the yearly? Yes, it is. And we came into it last year. There's a fair value gap right there. Come here, box. There's a fair value gap right there. Boom. We came down into the fair value gap, the yearly fair value gap. Didn't get down to consequence encroachment. That's your drinking word. We didn't get down to the middle of the road. We didn't get down to mean threshold or consequence encroachment, as ICT calls it, on the fair value gap on the yearly. But we did get down into it, and we had a nice reaction off of this yearly fair value gap. And now we're starting a new year, and let's see how it goes. Let's see if we will retrace back down and test this low, or will we go up to the middle of last year's 50%. I don't have a screen. I don't. No one said, Tim, your screen is not up there. I'm not going back through it. I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. Let's go down here and look at the price action. Okay, so on the 15-minute, we already looked at it on the hourly, but on the 15-minute, when the market opened up, as you see, we pushed down, came back up, came back into this humongous fair value gap right here, right? We talked about this earlier. Talk about when we came back into the fair value gap. It actually was my trade setup, but the risk to reward was like too far for me to take it. And then we took off, and it actually working out, you know what I'm saying, to the good, because we were saying, we was talking about how 38.33 would have been my entry. The stop would have been at 38.25, but the stop would have been on the top side of this order block instead of the bottom side of this order block, or instead of below this low. You know, I like to tuck my stops behind PD arrays. I don't like to put my stop in front of PD arrays, right? Or in the middle of PD arrays. I like to tuck it behind them, right? So since I couldn't get my stop behind this order block right here, for anybody who don't know what I'm talking about, this is the order block. This is a bullish order block right here on this 15-minute candle. If I would have made the entry on this breaking market structure, this big candle here, this is the liquidity run reversal. We came down into the liquidity pool, right? We formed the swing high. We got a swing high there. Is it a swing high there? I don't know, but we got a swing high. We formed the swing high. We're in the liquidity pool. We formed the swing high. We blast off with a aggressive move, breaking that high, Very next candle made a fair value gap. We traded back down into it. That's my trade setup. That's my trade. The reason why I could not take this trade today when we was on live together, I stopped, I paused. Everybody can tell you, I stopped, I paused and looked. I was like, because I saw it setting up, but then when I looked at it, I'm like, no, I can't take it. Too much risk, right? In hindsight, yes, I would have been okay in the trade, but my risk would have put with my entry at equilibrium on this. I mean, consequence encroachment on the mean threshold of this fair value gap that we were looking at. I can't remember which time frame was on. Might have been like on a 5-minute. It was going to put me at 38.33 right there. Right, my max risk on any trade on the futures is 8 points. Right, so that would have put me right down here at like 25. I think it might have been 5-minute candles because this says 27. So it'll put me at like 25, and that would have been the top of the order block. This is the order block. When we take off and leave this down close candle here, we left this area with, some authority. It's more than twice the size of this candle, this move. So this is an order block. This is expected to act as an order block, right? Matter of fact, you can expect both of these to act as an order block. And if you see, look, we came down, right? Did we go wick for wick? The high on that candle is 38.29. The low on this candle is 38.29. So we went wick for wick with the entire order block. This is the entire order block right there. Both of those down close candles right there, that's the entire order block. I like to look at my order blocks based off the body, right? You can look at the body of both candles. If this candle is like nice and beefy, I tend to look at the body of this candle right here and just remember that's part of it. But in actuality, both of these entire candles is the order block, and the algos came down wick for wick to the entire order block and then reversed. Now, what I was saying is I like to put my stops behind PD arrays. So my stop, instead of being up here on top of the PD array, I needed it to be either down here at this 38.22 or down here below this low at 38.19. So that's where I needed my stop to be. Since I couldn't get my stop to be down there based off of my max loss, I couldn't take this trade. Hindsight, yes, it would have been a beautiful trade if I could have taken it, but I'm trying to be a disciplined trader. I learned a while ago that day trading and me don't really get along because I wasn't very disciplined, but now I'm trying to be disciplined and I'm trying my hand again at this day trading thing. Anyway, after that right there, hopefully you understand my thought process of what was going on with that trade there. And shout out to members of the Black Spider group. The Black Spiders group, y'all to get an opportunity to see me talk about stuff and do stuff like that in living color live from 9:30 to 11. I'll be talking just like that through the price action as I'm looking for my setup. If I don't see my setup, I'm still going to be talking through the price action. So if you got a different setup than me and I'm talking about it and you be like, oh, he said something about a breaker. I trade breakers. Let me pay attention now. I'll be talking about stuff. I'll be talking about what I see, but I'm going to be waiting for my setup before I take a trade. But I'm going to just be talking about what I see in the price action. We took off, made a break in market structure here. So we, this area right here is, you can tell this is now a balanced price range. Like I was saying before, a telltale sign of one telltale sign that is probably a balanced price range, right, is when you get like a humongous move like this right here, right? This buy side imbalance right here. And then you have like a humongous move on this side over here, opposite that on this sell side imbalance. And right, so when this buy side imbalance leaves a huge order block like this right here, and then you get a big old sell side imbalance, right, that come all the way down into this order block. Did I say order block? Fair value gap. You're right. You got an order block here. Take off, huge buy side imbalance, right? The next, you make a fair value gap right in that area, right? Then you come back down with the opposite way on the sell side, right? Huge sell side imbalance, making a fair value gap over here. When you got opposing fair value gaps next to a huge buy side imbalance and a huge sell side imbalance, that's a telltale sign that that area is balanced, and the algos will probably not come back into this area. If it does come back into the, like, if we were to come back down into, see this fair value gap right here, you got a fair value gap there, a fair value gap there, a fair value gap here with a huge buy side imbalance, sell side imbalance, buy side imbalance. You got these huge candles right next to each other, right? That's the algos letting you know, hey, I'm done with this area for the time being. I probably won't be back down here. And if we do come back down to that area, right, we gonna poke into it, and we gonna have what ICT call an entry drill. It's golly, I can't think of the full name, but it's entry drills. Like when they dip in and they either go long or go short after dipping into a balanced price range. It's something entry drill. Somebody put it in the chat if you can remember the whole name of the entry drills. It's like somebody entry drill. It's like they be like for example, this is a balanced price range, and just say if we wick into that range right there, he'll call that something entry drill, meaning like when it dip in there, they just buying longs. You know what I'm saying? They just dipping, the algos dipping in there to buy longs. And like the algorithms be programmed to see if it dip in this balanced area, buy long, or if it dip in this balanced area, sell short. It's like something entry drills. That's gonna drive me crazy if I do not remember this. Somebody put it in the chat. And then we after we left this area, right, we took off, and then we started consolidating just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Made it look like we was fun to hit you with a reversal, but nepa, right? This is a balanced price range. Let's look at the balanced price range right here, right? Right. This is our balanced price range right here that we just left, right? And then we popped out of the balanced price range, right? See these little fair value gaps we leaving behind, right? Especially down here, right? In this area here. But these little fair value gaps that we leave behind right here at this balanced price range, you're really not looking for the what's names to go back in there. You're really not looking for them to go back in there. Where's my we don't have one over here. I was trying to see if we had a measuring gap over here, but there's no measuring gap over here anywhere. Right? There's no measuring gap over here. Wait a minute. It is a little one right there. There's a gap right there. But if you ever seen ICT when he be there's a small gap right there. Right? There's a small gap right there. So if you ever seen ICT and that right there pretty much work out to what I was saying. If you ever see ICT when he be talking about, you have like the breakaway gaps, and then you got like the gap he don't expect to get refilled, like the breakaway gap he don't expect to get refilled. Then he got like when we leave the area, like we take off right here with like the breakaway gap, right? And then you'll have a gap just above the balanced price range, you know what I'm saying, somewhere just on the outside of the balanced price range that he don't expect to get refilled, right? And then he have what he call a measuring gap, right? And the measuring gap may or may not get refilled, right? And as you see, this little gap right here, it got refilled. It even poked out it just a little bit, right? But when he come from the breakaway gap up to the measuring gap, right? This is the top right here. That is where you can expect price to go to that can be your target. That can be your target. You can expect price to go there. That like he talked about that, I think, on the Bill and Bridge series. I think he talked about that on the Bridge Billing series or something like that. But Once it, you know what I'm saying, once you have that breakaway gap, once you have that the breakaway gap, the measuring gap, it's another gap. I can't remember what he called this one here, but you got the breakaway gap, maybe an expansion gap, a measuring gap. I can't remember the name, but I think it's breakaway, expansion, and measuring. But I know you got the breakaway, you got another one he don't expect to get filled, and then you got one that the measuring gap may or may not get filled. But when you go from there to there, then it's gone. It's out of there. All right, it's out of there. Pattern recognition. Pattern recognition. No, I don't know what that is. And nobody still ain't said what he talked about when he was talking about the entry drill. And Bob's your uncle. The rest of the day we went up. I'm overtime, so we're gonna call it. I ran my mouth a lot. Hopefully I said something that somebody was able to glean something from. As far as the London, we talked about the London, and then we with the news we reversed. Then we got a confirmation to the upside on the DR, and then we never got anything that came back to pick us up on any kind of trade at all that I would be interested in taking. These 5-minute candles, we got the confirmation. We set an order block. We never came back down to the order block. We never had a fair value gap. We came up here. We consolidated. We took off again. We came back down. Did not take out the sell side. Came back down to the consolidation. Took off again. Nothing that I would have taken long off after the confirmation of the DR IDR. So the DR IDR, it was a news day. They say they act flaky on news days. They're not guaranteed on news days. ICT always be talking about not trading these days anyway. The price action is very flaky and unpredictable. But I just want to peek at the DR and IDR, even though it was on non-farm payroll. And I don't see anybody saying how their week was in the chat. That tongue. Yes, the vibrato, baby. No trades. Except for Chief. Appreciate that, Chief. No trades in June. 24 leaps. Long work. June. That ain't no. When did you buy that? June 2024. That ain't no leap. When did you buy that? Did you buy that? When did you buy that, Chief? That's like 6 months away. That's like 6 months away. That's just a swing. When did you buy that? Did you buy that? I hope you ain't bought no calls a year ago. Just got in, but I had good week. 2 for 2, Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, that's what's up, Trey. I guess you can kind of say I was 2 for 2. I'm really going to say I was 1 for 2, because the one that I got out when I realized I was on the wrong side of the trade and broke even, I'm going to say 1 for 2. But I guess you could say I was 2 for 2 because I didn't lose. Rich Genius, what's pattern recognition? What you talking about pattern recognition? Anywho, we had 39 minutes and nobody wants to participate today. No one wants to participate today. All right. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Shout out to the gold members and the Black Spider members. We're going to be pulling up Sunday doing the weekend chart prep at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Black Spider members. Monday morning is going to be the first my trade day stream. We're going to see how this go. We're going to see how this go on my trade. I mean, it's going to be a stream. It's going to be a stream, but we're going to see how much talking I do, how much talking I don't do. I haven't watched his videos, so I couldn't help. That's gonna drive me crazy. It's like something entry drill. That's gonna drive me crazy if I can't figure that out. If I can't figure that out. Entry drill. That's it right there. Institutional order flow entry drill. That's what he called it. He called it the institutional order flow entry drill. Yep, the smart money concept type of setup that ICT teaches. It's called the institutional order flow entry drill. And y'all couldn't see my screen when I said that, right? I typed in ICT entry drill, and I see pattern recognition right there. That's probably where what's the name got that from. That's not it, right here. So, and when he talk about the institutional order flow entry drill, and what that is like when price dips back down into a area that's already like balanced, or let's just say you're in a confirmed rally where the down close candles are supporting price, right? Just say the down close candles are supporting price because, you know what I'm saying, the algos have balanced out this area. If we dip back down into that down close candle, just say we come back down into this order block and we dip into the order block, right? Instead of stopping at the top of the order block or stopping at the wick of the order block, we dip down into the body, we dip into that down close candle or that up close candle, right? He be calling them order flow entry drills, meaning it's like the order flow is either bullish or bearish, right? But when it goes the opposite way, like scaring retail out, like dipping below an area of consolidation above a order block, above a fair value gap, when it dips down into that area. Like, matter of fact, the other day, I don't know if y'all saw his video when he was showing his trade, and he had like a 2-tick stop loss, and he was still adding on contracts every time it came down to the bottom of that fair value gap. Like, just say, let's say these relative equal low, let's say, like, let's just say this. God dog it, give me a line, right? Let's pretend like this. Where'd that line just go? Okay. Why can't I? Oh, why didn't that magnet pop? Okay, right. So see how I got this line right here, right? Let's just say this line is his stop loss, right? The market came down to this candle right here, right? He got like 10 contracts on. No, he got like 9 contracts on, right? Let's say we're gonna put his stop loss right there. He got like 9 contracts on right here, right? The market came down to there, he put more on, right? The market came down to here, he put more on, right? Because below that stop loss was a fair value gap that he knew wasn't going to get filled in, right? He knew it wasn't going to get filled in. So every time the market dipped below this low and came into like the PD array that he was resting at, it's like he was entering there because he called that institutional order flow entry drill, because they're dipping below, taking people out that don't know really where to put their stop to be safe. And then they're going long or going short by taking their liquidity real quick and then going in the direction that they want to go. He be calling it a order flow entry drill, institutional order flow entry drill, right? So yeah, that drove me crazy, but now I know what it is. I know you ain't. I know you ain't trying to say that when I done already said it. I know you ain't trying to say that when I done already. Get off my live. Get off my live. Get off my live. Hey man, again, shout out to gold members. Shout out to Black Spider members. I'll see y'all Sunday at 3 o'clock. If you don't have your notifications turned on YouTube, make sure to check the member section. Be sure to check the member section for the link for the live. If you don't have your notifications turned on, be sure to check the member section. And the member section is in the what's the name? The what do you call it, baby? What do you call it? The community tab. The community tab. That's where the member section is. If you your channel. Your channel. If you go to the community tab right there, make sure y'all can see that. Oh, right there. If you go to the community tab right there, there'll be right here. This is the one. This is one I was talking about right here. I posted for the Black Spider members. It was like I want to share a talk through of a trade I was on the wrong side of. Y'all know little Timmy Rogers always early to the party. The move happened at 2:40 p.m. So I got into a move, right? I think I might have been trying to go short or trying to go long or whatever I was trying to do, right? Realized I was on the wrong side of the trade. When it gave me the opportunity to get out, I got out without losing anything. And then like not too long afterwards at 2:40, the move happened. What I was wanting to happen. Y'all know little Tim Rogers be early to the party all the time. But check the community tab if you don't have your notifications turned on, and it'll be a link inside here. The gold members and the Black Spider members will be able to see it. We'll be able to click on the link. We'll be able to pull up the link. The link to pull up won't be on the Sunday ones, but the link to pull up will be on the Monday through Friday live streams. When I do the Monday through Friday live streams for my trading day from 9:30 to 11, right? Now, let me clear that up. I ain't making no promise that I'm gonna live stream every single day all the time. If I ain't got no conflicts, I ain't doing nothing with my family, I ain't got no appointments or nothing like that, and I'm gonna be in here trading, then I'll be streaming live from 9:30 to 11 on Monday through Friday. And on Monday through Friday, that's for the Black Spider members, and the link gonna be in the chat if you want to pull up and talk to me face to face. If you want to pull up and share your screen so I can look at your screen and see what you're doing and ask a question based off your screen. Remember, I trade the SPY. So if you pull up asking me about AMD, I'm saying, yeah, that's AMD. So check there if you don't have your notifications on. That's where the link will be. The link will be in the community tab right there. But if you got your notifications turned on YouTube, you should get a notification saying, you know what I'm saying, I'm going live. But if not, this is where the link will be. Again, just want to clarify. ICT, a bad man on reading these charts. That video was crazy. Oh, yeah. ICT is the GOAT. I told Calandra, I said, look here. This is how I'm going to be when it comes to reading these charts. I said, man, I'm going to be able to read these charts like ICT. You know what I'm saying? I know he's been doing it for 30 years, but I'm a smart dude. I can do anything I put my mind to. You know what I'm saying? God is good and my wife is amazing. So I'm telling you, I'm gonna be like ICT. I'm gonna be like, look here. The price fund to go here, the price fund to go there. It's gonna touch this volume imbalance. It's not gonna fill this gap. It's gonna run this sell side. Then it's gonna take it to this PD array. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be pointing. People be like, Tim, it did exactly what you said. I ain't on ICT level. I'm gonna be on ICT level when it comes to reading this price action. Just like I tell everybody, we finna build this new Wakanda together. That we gonna do that too. Hey man, don't put off till tomorrow what you can say today. You feel me? Oh, before I go, I wanted y'all to know that I don't feel like looking for it. So I'm just gonna go over here. YouTube perks. I made 3 more emojis, right? I made one that said, you can't see it, they're so small. One that say Ajalapies. I made one that say Ajalapies. I made one where you can't see it, but Buddy getting kicked out the door. He's getting kicked out the door. And I made one. That's me. Right there. I made one of a door slamming. So we got the door slamming. We got Ajalapies. And we got somebody getting kicked out the door. Those are the 3 new ones that I put in there. I need to make my walkaway money from my job in 2023. Now, I'm glad you said that, Rhonda. Let me talk on that. Let me speak on that. Let me speak on that before I get out of here. Right? Rhonda say I need to make my walkaway money from my job in 2023. No, you don't. You don't need to make your walkaway money in 2023. All right? What I advise you doing, right, is if you don't have a plan, first of all, make your plan, right? Know your end goal of what you want, right? When you walk away. No, not the life you want to live when you walk away. Know your end goal of what you want when you walk away. Know how much money you want to have set aside as an emergency fund, right? Some people do it in aspects of having X amount of months, X amount of years of all of their financial expenses. Some people do it where all of their living expenses. Some people do it with just their bills. Know how much you need just in a kitty for your personal situation, your comfort level of this is emergency money that I don't plan on touching unless it's a true emergency, right? Tucked away, right? Once you got that tucked away, that's liquid capital that you not gonna touch, right? Then while you're still working, you know what I'm saying, continue to have money going somewhere for your long-term investing, maybe a Roth, maybe a 401k, maybe whatever, right? Then figure out your bills, not your utilities, but like your bills, your disposable bills, like your mortgage, your car notes, your streaming services, all the stuff that's like disposable, meaning, you know what I'm saying, you can either pay it off or you can get rid of it, right? Figure all that stuff out. Once you figure that stuff out, then you'll know how much money you need to like pay your bills, how much money you need to live off of, how, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff right there, right? Once you know that number, the misconception that a lot of people get, and shout out my financial advisor, Dustin. He the one who pulled my coattail to this. The misconception that everybody get is that I got to make this extraordinarily large amount of money before I can walk away. That's not true. You just need to know your number. And then once you know your number, you know what you need to do to hit that number based off of job and investing, right? And then when you can replace that number through investing and trading and never need your job, now you're at the point where you need to start building the confidence and the repeatability of making that money, right? Once you build your confidence, once you get yourself to a point where I can consistently make the money that I need to make to survive, live my same lifestyle, and never have to touch this emergency money. Little Timmy Rogers at that point, he was ready to walk away, right? Don't rely on the stock market to give you your walk away. Make your plan, execute the plan, stick to the plan, right? And once you can, you don't have to go make $1 million before you walk away from your job, unless $1 million is your number. If $1 million is your number before you walk away, make your $1 million, then walk away, right? But don't stress yourself out trying to hit, and I'm not just talking to Ron, I'm talking in general right now. Don't stress yourself out trying to hit this huge 2020 number because everybody named mama was getting rich in 2020. A lot of them people ain't rich no more because they didn't do anything. They ain't learned nothing. They got lucky, and then they couldn't figure out how to repeat what they had done in 2020, because what they did in 2020 was just close their eyes and throw a dart at the board and make money. You know what I'm saying? So again, for everybody in the back, figure out your number. Reverse engineer your number, right? So you'll know how much you need to make in this amount of time, this amount of time, this amount of time to get to your number, right? Once you get your kitty sitting there, don't put no more money in the kitty, because that money actually losing money if it's just sitting in the bank. If it's just sitting in the bank, inflation killing you. Don't put no more money in there. That's just your emergency money, right? Continue to invest, either a Roth or 401 match. If your job got a 401 and they matching you, at least do the match. That's free money. You know what I'm saying? Then you got that taken care of. Now start looking at your right now budget. How much money coming in, how much money going out, how much I need to make through trading to be able to replace my job, right? You got your kitty, you got your long-term investments. Now you know your number for how much you need to make to replace your job. Once you become consistent at making the money you need to make to replace your job, you can give your boss a resignation letter. Say, I'm thankful for the opportunity to work with you for umpteen years, but I'm moving on to another phase of my life. I'm retiring. Voila. Then you walk away. Then you walk away. That's just the way little Timmy Rogers and Miss Calendra Rogers did it. That's the way we did it. That's the way we did it. Made a plan, wrote the plan down, execute the plan. Oh, little Timmy Rogers, he messed up a whole lot. Trying to go for home runs, trying to hit home runs, trying to flip and flop and flip, trip and slip and bust his lip. But that's a part of it. That's a part of life, man. We fall down, but we get up. That's why I say God is good and my wife is amazing. And one thing everybody going to need is a strong support system when you do this. For one, it's not easy because it's mentally draining. You have to stay disciplined. Two, it gets lonely because you ain't really got nobody you can talk to about this. That's why I get on Al Gore's internet and talk to y'all. That's why I tell y'all I appreciate y'all, man. Three, it ain't easy. Hey, man, you need a strong support system because if my wife wasn't the wife that she is, I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this. It'd have been plenty of days where I'd be ready to throw in the towel. I don't know if she could see it in my face, but she always, through God's providence, she always say exactly what I need to hear. That put me back in the game, coach. That's my coach prime. That's my Calandra Rogers is my coach prime. You hear me? Hey, man, do not put off till tomorrow what you can say today. Tell the people that you love them today. Don't just say it. Don't just show it. Say it, show it, and confirm it. Ain't nobody promised tomorrow. Prayers up for Aloysius' mom. Prayers up for Robinson. All the cousins that's right here with us that have lost loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Prayers up for every. I done had death in my family recently. I'm pretty sure y'all done had death. Prayers up for ain't nobody promised tomorrow. Nobody promised tomorrow. Take advantage of today while you got it. Take advantage of today while you got it. Call your, if your parents still alive, call your parents. Say, hey, mama, hey, dad, I was thinking about it. If you got grown kids like me, call them. Tell them you love them. They probably won't answer. My girls don't never answer. Now, my baby girl, she called me more often than my oldest daughter. You know what I'm saying? But she will text from time to time. And then when I get on the phone with them, I can't get off the phone. I don't know if they be missing me. I mean, look, man, I'm trying to watch TV. Can I call you back? But take advantage, man. And remember to tell them you love them in their love language. Don't use your love language to tell them you love them. Communicate your love language so they know how to say I love you back to you. But tell them in their love language. If their love language is gifts, stop by the store and buy them a pack. Go by the Dollar Tree and get them a pack of pickled sunflower seeds and some cashews and one of them waters. They say it tastes good, and bring it to them just cause it's Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? If their love language is physical touch, say, hey, baby, you want to, you know what I'm saying, watch a Christmas movie, you know what I'm saying, and sit on the couch, just rub their feet. You know what I'm saying? Just watch TV and rub their feet if their love language is physical touch. You know, if they love language is words of affirmation, right? Be like, when they come in, be like, how was your day today? Oh, I did this. Baby, I know you killed it. You are the best HR manager that Walmart has ever had. I see you working so hard. I see you putting in the hours. I just want to say I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. If talk to them in their love language. If they got multiple love languages, do all of the above. You hear me? I appreciate y'all, man. I see somebody say clip that up. Clip what up? Clip that up. I need to listen to the last 8 minutes of this video every day. Okay. What that is you typed up, baby? Oh, you was typing that up for the chat. What's your number one? How much income you need to sustain your life? Oh, yeah. That's what's up. Look at my baby out there putting in the work. Look at my baby out there putting in the work. Hey, man, I'm gonna call it for real this time. We've been on here for an hour. I said I was gonna get off like 20 minutes ago. I clip up. You talk about clip up the part when I was talking about the putting together like the plan, like making your plan and all that right there. Hines, that's what you're talking about. That's what you want me to clip up when I was talking about making the plan. When I was like, I ain't just talking to Run, I'm talking to everybody. That's what you're talking about. Oh, it's on the page. If you're on the phone, it may not show. It may not show on the phone, but if you're on the computer, it'll be a button that says join below the video. And if you go to my page, it'll say join. But if you're on the phone, if you go to the description, the link in it says join this channel to gain access. And if you click on that link, it'll take you to the join thing right here. It'll take you to this right here. And it's got the different levels. Silver is $2.99 a month, gold is $4.99 a month, and Black Spider is $7.99 a month. But that's how you get to it. Hines, is that what you're talking about when I was talking about how to set up your if you're trying to get your walk away? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna roll with. Anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. I'll see the Black Spot and the Gold members on Sunday at 3 o'clock. I'm going for real this time. Here to learn and share. I appreciate the love. Here to learn and share. That's one of the day ones. Been here from beginning. Here to learn and share. Tranisha, Stacks, 100, Kelvo, Valdez, Rhonda, Trade. Who else? Yes, that's it. Audrey, FC, Angela, who else? Them the day ones. I remember them names from the day ones. Them the day ones. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all at 3 o'clock on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. If you do your chart prep on the weekend like I do, you know what I'm saying? Etch out a little time on the weekend to get your chart prep in, but spend the rest of your time with your family. Had a great week. The week is over. Go back and think back on what you did on the week. Get your charts together, and then the rest of the time, spend it with your family. Make a deliberate effort to spend time with your family because ain't nobody promised tomorrow. Speak in their love language. I'll see y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm gone.